On his 20th birthday, C-rank hunter Riku was cornered by a giant horned beast in a deep dungeon. His party had fled, leaving him to die. His double shadow ability could barely darken a corner, useless in combat. He had resigned himself to death, but as the monster's claw tore through the air, Riku's shadow twisted and snapped like a living whip. It lashed out, severing the creature's arm in a spray of black blood. Riku gasped.
About time you needed me, brother. 20 years of watching you struggle was exhausting.
A voice in my head. This can't be real. I've finally lost my mind.
I am Sora, your twin. Dormant since birth, but never gone. I've always been here, in the dark.
But you died. They told me you were stillborn.
Half true. Mother sealed me inside you. She had her reasons.
The monster crashed down dead. But Riku barely noticed. His dead twin was alive and sharing his body.
For 20 years, I was a failure. The weakest hunter in the guild, with a shadow that could barely flicker.
I saw it all. Every humiliation, every lonely night. You weren't weak. You were incomplete without me.
Incomplete? My only ability was a trick of light. I couldn't even call it a power.
That trick is half of us. I am the dark. You are the light. Apart, we're nothing. Together, we are death.
A guttural growl echoed from the passage ahead. More monsters, drawn by the commotion of the first battle.
Let's test this, brother. You take the front? I'll dance in the dark?
Riku's body moved on instinct. A golden barrier shimmered into existence, deflecting claws.
And I strike.
The tunnel fell silent. 2 bodies lay slain in seconds. Riku stared at his hands, trembling.
We keep this secret. If they know I exist, we're both dead.
Back at the guild, Riku was met with disbelief. A C rank clearing a dungeon solo. Impossible. Adventurers crowded around him, slapping his back and demanding details. Riku forced a smile.
Pure luck. The beast was already wounded. I just finished it off.
From across the hall, a woman watched without joining the celebration. Yui never trusted easy stories.
A barrier of light and a shadow that moved like a blade. His file says nothing about that. The receptionist mentioned only 1 corpse. Yet Riku claims the monster was already wounded. How convenient.
She slipped into the records room, fingers tracing dusty files from decades past.
She's always watching. Every time I turn around, Yui is there, taking notes.
She's a problem. Keep your distance, or we'll have to silence her.
I'll find the truth. A hunter with a ghost, or something far darker.
In the quiet forest clearing, Riku and Sora trained relentlessly. Light and dark clashed, then merged in deadly harmony.
Faster, brother. The dark doesn't wait for the light to catch up.
He's right. I've never felt this strong. But every moment together feels borrowed.
Meanwhile, Yui unearthed a weathered file in the guild's archives. Its pages were brittle, stained with something dark. The cleansing of the twin-eyed. All children born with heterochromatic eyes are to be eliminated, by order of the Inquisitorial Council.
Heterochromatic eyes, like Riku's. And these records talk about a dormant twin. Could it be?
Later, Yui intercepted Riku in a shadowed corridor. She held the file like a dead weight.
Riku, I found records of an order that hunts people like you. People with mismatched eyes just vanish.
That's ancient history. My eyes are just a birth defect. Nothing sinister. So that's why Mom hid Sora. They really are still out there.
Word spread of Riku's impossible victory. A B-rank mission appeared on the board, an orc lord terrorizing the eastern villages. Riku took it without hesitation.
An orc lord. Finally. Something that might make us sweat.
They fought as one. The orc lord fell before the villagers could finish their prayers. Back at the guild, Riku was hailed as a prodigy. But Yui's gaze was sharp as a blade.
Riku, I know you are not alone. There's something inside you, a second presence. I can almost feel it.
You are imagining things. I am just a hunter who got lucky. There's nothing else.
Shut up, brother. She's too close.
Your shadow just moved, independently. I saw it.
The light flickers badly in this corridor. You are seeing things. If she keeps digging, she'll either expose us or get herself killed.
Sora, restless, extended a shadow tendril across the guild floor. A hunter tripped, tankard flying, cursing as he fell.
Humans are so clumsy. That was barely a nudge.
Riku's face drained of color. He shoved through the crowd, dragging his shadow into a dark corner. But Yui had seen everything. She followed him, her expression unreadable.
Stop pretending. I found the full prophecy. When the twin-eyed awaken, the order shall fall. That's you, isn't it?
She pulled him into a dusty archive room, unrolling a brittle scroll. The text glowed faintly, sacred and damning. When the twin-souled one awakens, the inquisitorial order shall be brought to ruin. He shall bear 2 hearts, 2 elements, 2 fates.
The Inquisitors exist to prevent this. They've purged families for generations. Your mother hid Sora to save him.
So, we're not just freaks, we're a death sentence for them.
I won't betray you. But if they find out, they'll raise this guild to get to you. We need to be ready.
That night, Riku tossed in his bunk. Sleep came, but it was not peaceful. In his dream, his mother's frantic face appeared, holding an infant with mismatched eyes. Her mouth moved wordlessly, then a desperate whisper. "Hide him. They will come." Her ghostly image flickered like a dying candle, then vanished into smoke.
I felt that too. Like a pull towards something forgotten. Mother is reaching out from the past.
The dream wasn't random. Our separation was deliberate. She was protecting us.
If Mother hid me, she must have left an explanation. Somewhere in that old house.
Riku stared at the moon outside the window. The abandoned house was a day's journey. He couldn't ignore the call.
We leave before dawn. No one can know where we're going.
They slipped out of the guild like shadows, heading west toward the overgrown hill where their childhood home still stood.
Together, brother. Whatever we find, we face it as one.
By midday, an Inquisitor scout strode into the guild. His cold eyes swept the room, lingering on every face. He demanded records of any hunter with heterochromatic eyes. A hush fell over the hall.
He's hunting Riku. I have to warn him before the scout senses Sora's residue.
Yui sprinted west. Toward the old hill road, she found Riku and Sora just outside the abandoned farmlands.
An Inquisitor scout is at the guild, asking about heterochromatic hunters. He has a device that senses shadow essence.
A device? Then he'll track us. We need to suppress my presence, now.
I'll stall him. Find cover and stay hidden until nightfall. He leaves tomorrow, but he'll return with a full squad.
Riku and Sora melded into the shadow of a derelict barn as Yui hurried back. The scout's device flickered, but then went dark. At the guild, the scout scowled, sensing an anomaly too faint to pinpoint. He mounted his horse, eyes promising wrath.
The clock is ticking. We find Mother's answer before that squad arrives, or we fight an army.
The old house still smelled of dry rot. Riku pushed through splintered memories, Sora's shadow sliding across warped floorboards.
There, behind that broken cupboard. I feel it, a remnant of her.
Riku pried open a hidden panel. Inside, a yellowed envelope sealed with wax, his mother's handwriting on the front, "My sons. If you read this, Sora has awakened. I sealed him to protect you both from the Inquisitors. They kill all twin-eyed children to prevent the prophecy. The twin-souled will destroy their order. I loved you too much to let you die."
So I was a sacrifice. A ghost hidden in a box. Never meant to live.
Number. She gave you to me so we could live together. We're not a curse. We're her hope.
Hope? I never thought of it that way. Then, let's be that hope, brother. Destroy the order, together.
They stood in the hollow silence, not as host and parasite, but as twins, bound by blood and promise.
Let's go back. Yui will need to know. We have an army to prepare for.
Back in the guild, Riku read the prophecy again, this time from his mother's letter. The words seared into them both.
The twin-souled will overthrow the order. So we are nothing but a weapon, a tool forged in the dark.
You are my brother, not a tool. Mother sacrificed her life to give us a chance. We honor her by living, not just by destroying.
But what if I lose myself? What if in fighting them, I become the monster they fear?
Then I'll pull you back, every time. That's what brothers do. We'll carve our own fate, not the one written in some ancient scroll.
Their auras flared, light and shadow swirling into a single, unbreakable bond. They were no longer two separate souls. The door burst open. Yui stumbled in, face pale as snow. The warning came in a single breathless sentence.
The Inquisitors are here. A full squad, led by a captain named Kale. They're surrounding the guild.
So this is it. No more running. Let them come. They'll find us more than ready.
Together, for Mother, for us. Let the order tremble.
Outside the guild, torches blazed like the eyes of the damned. Captain Kale stood at the forefront, his white armor gleaming with holy fire.
People of this guild, surrender the twin-eyed hunter, and we will purify this place peacefully. Harbor him and burn with him.
Riku pushed through the crowd, his shadow splitting from his feet. Sora rose like a wave of night, grinning despite the threat.
I am the one you seek, but I am not alone. Face us both, coward.
You believe darkness can hide from the light? I see your parasite, boy. This ends now.
He raised a gauntleted hand, and chains of white light erupted from the ground, coiling around Sora's shadowy form. Sora screamed as the chains tightened, his body flickering like a dying flame, his strength drained into the holy glow.
Is that all your holy light? I've suffered worse in the womb.
Riku slashed at the chains with his own light, but they repelled his touch. The binding was forged to suppress shadows. Kale drew his great sword, its blade humming with anti-shadow magic. The guild members scrambled back as the first clash ignited. Riku lunged at Kale, golden light surging from his fists. But the captain moved like a phantom, his blade deflecting every strike.
Your rage is meaningless. This parasite will be purified, and your soul with it.
Riku, don't waste your energy on him. Break the chains.
But Riku's light couldn't touch the holy binds. Each attempt only drained Sora faster, his form growing translucent.
Shut up. I won't let you take my brother.
Kale sidestepped Riku's charge and swung his great sword in a sweeping arc, aiming at the bond between the twins.
Riku, no.
The holy blade severed something unseen. Sora's scream cut off as his body shattered into wisps of dark smoke.
Sora, answer me. Don't leave me.
Kale withdrew his sword, its glow dimming. Sora's form collapsed to a faint, flickering outline on the ground, barely a shadow. Kale stepped forward, sword poised to end the flickering shade. Riku could only watch, frozen in horror.
I am sorry, brother. This is all I have left. Don't mourn me.
No, Sora. You idiot. Don't leave me.
Sora's shadow ignited in dark flames. The holy chains shattered, sending Kale stumbling backward. The explosion of shadow threw Kale against a wall. Sora collapsed into Riku's trembling arms, a faint wisp.
I am sorry for being a burden. I just wanted to live with you.
You were never a burden. You are my twin. Please don't fade.
A tear dropped onto the shadow. It flickered, as if reaching back. Then Sora's voice was no more. Kale rose, his armor cracked. He raised his sword for the final blow, aiming at both brothers. But before the blade fell, Riku's shadow convulsed, dark power surging from within, unchained at last.
I never truly died, Riku. I lived through your eyes. Every sunrise, every battle, it was enough.
It's not enough. Don't talk like you are already gone.
Touching. But sentiment won't save you. This is the will of the Order.
Riku, take it all. My darkness, my strength, my soul, for our mother and for us.
No, I won't take your life. Stay with me.
Sora didn't answer. Instead, his shadow dissolved into streams of purple and blue light, flowing into Riku's chest like a reverse wound.
His warmth, his memories. I can feel him inside me.
Kale's holy blade descended. but the cascade of merging energies erupted, sending a shockwave that threw the captain backward.
Don't let them extinguish us. Live for both of us.
Sora, I'll destroy them all, I promise.
The shockwave subsided. Kale struggled to his feet, raising his holy blade once more, aiming directly at Riku's heart. Before the blade could fall, a fading shadow shoved Riku aside, Sora's last conscious act of will.
Forgive me, brother. This way, we both survive.
The holy blade sank deep into Sora's dissolving form. Instead of pain, a final surge of dark light burst from the wound, cascading into Riku. Sora's essence flooded into Riku. Memories, power, and an overwhelming grief. Two souls collapsed into one.
He's inside me. I can feel his laughter, his anger, his love. I am not alone.
Riku's mismatched eyes flared, blue and red now intertwined. The twin soul had truly become one.
Impossible. Your soul should have shattered. What foul union is this?
But Riku fell to his knees, clutching the empty air where his brother had been. An unbearable absence howled inside him.
I'll carry you with me. Every step from now on is ours.
Grief became a weapon. Riku threw his head back and screamed, and the world split. Light and darkness erupted from his heart. The shockwave flattened the Inquisitor ranks. Knights tumbled like leaves, their holy armor cracking under the dual onslaught. Kale was dragged back, his sword arm limp, disbelief twisting his features. The holy blade had failed. Silence descended like a shroud. The guild courtyard lay in ruins, dust and embers drifting where the battle had raged. Riku collapsed to his knees, his trembling hands cupping something small and precious. A tear traced through the grime on his cheek. A tiny orb of darkness pulsed in his palm, Sora's dormant essence, the last whisper of his twin. It flickered like a dying star.
Riku, you are alive, but where is he?
He lifted the orb in answer, his throat too raw for words. The grief in his eyes spoke volumes.
I am here. We'll make them pay. Together.
Riku rose on unsteady legs, the orb pressed against his heart. The war was not over. It had only begun. Days later, in the guild infirmary, Riku sat upright, the dormant orb cradled in his lap. He could feel Sora's faint pulse, a whisper against his own heartbeat.
My network has already traced Kale's retreat path. Give the word, and we'll bleed their strongholds dry.
Number. I destroy them alone. This power, Sora's power, I need to master it first.
Then I'll gather intelligence. You fight. I'll make sure you never fight blind.
Riku rose and left the guild without a backward glance. In the forest clearing, he closed his eyes, summoning both sun and shadow, a blade of light in one hand, a whip of darkness in the other. His body screamed in protest, unused to such duality.
Still sleeping, Sora? Then I'll grow strong enough to share this body again. I promise.
The orb pulsed once, a silent answer. Riku's jaw tightened. He would carve a path of retribution. Yui watched from the edge of the clearing, her notebook filled with sigils and names. She would not interfere. She would arm him. Riku's fist closed around the orb. Light and shadow coiled up his arm like loyal serpents. The hunt would begin at dawn. After days of relentless training, light and shadow blurred into a single weapon. They were no longer enemies, they were his two hands.
I've mastered it, Sora. Your darkness and my light now dance as one. Can you feel it from your slumber?
Yui stepped into the clearing. A thick parchment map of the region rolled in her hand. Her eyes held a quiet urgency.
This is Fort Thorn, a supply depot with a skeleton garrison, but well guarded. 20 knights, maybe less.
Show me everything. Patrol routes, torch placements, any shadow I can exploit.
The watchtower's blind at dusk. The captain sleeps in the rear, isolated. Strike him first.
You've done your part. This is my hunt now.
Stubborn as always. But I'll track his signal from the forest. He won't be truly alone.
Riku strode into the fading light, his silhouette fracturing into two distinct shapes, one golden, one ebon. The first outpost was marked. The twin souls' war had begun. Night draped Fort Thorn in silence. Riku melted into the shadows, his heartbeat the only sound.
20 targets. Not a single alarm. Sora, guide my hand.
A whip of darkness coiled around a sentry's throat, then light flashed silently, rendering him unconscious. One by one, the guards fell without a cry. Riku moved like a phantom, light and dark, his twin blades in the captain's quarters. Riku appeared. A blade of darkness pressed against the officer's trembling throat.
Tell your Grand Commander, the twin-souled leaves. This is only the first notch on a long tally.
The officer fell to his knees as Riku withdrew. No killing blow, only a terror that would spread.
Fear will cripple them faster than blood. He will tell others. The dread will grow.
Flames lit the watchtower as Riku strode into the moonlit forest. Behind him, the outpost's bells shrieked. The twin-souled had struck. The Order's nightmare was no longer a prophecy. It was a living, breathing hunter. Within the Grand Cathedral's hallowed dark, Kale knelt. The Grand Commander's wrath was a cold flame.
Fort Thorn fell in a single night. A lone hunter wielding light and shadow. He warned us. He is only beginning.
Mobilize every outpost, every inquisitor. Find this twin-souled and exterminate him, and all who shelter him. Kale rose, his shame hardening into a vow. The full crusade was now aimed at a single soul. The guild hall fell silent as Riku returned. His dual aura flickered like judgment. Yui stood at the back, her notebook ready, hunters parted like a tide.
Fort Thorn is ash. I left the captain alive to spread the word. Until Sora awakens, or until none remain, I will hunt the Inquisitors.
Some cheered. Others shrank back. He was no longer a hunter. He was no long round a hunter. He was the prophecy made flesh.
I'll be your vengeance, Sora, until you can stand beside me again.
Outside, the storm answered. The twin-souled had declared war. Before the next battle, Riku walked alone to a quiet grave on a hill. He knelt before the simple stone, the dormant orb cradled in his palm.
Mother, we did it. Sora is still with me. I'll take care of him.
He placed the orb on the gravestone. For a moment, it was just a cold, dark gem. Then the orb pulsed. Once, faintly, like a heartbeat from another world.
It's warm. As if he's right here, watching me.
The shadows on the ground twisted into two figures, holding hands. Then they faded. A tear traced down his cheek, but his lips curved into a small, fragile smile.
Thank you, Sora. I'll finish this. For both of us.
He turned toward the horizon, the twin auras flaring once before settling back into his shadow. The path ahead was long and dark, but he no longer walked it alone. The first light of dawn spilled over the hills. Riku walked alone, but his shadow told a different story. On the dew-soaked earth, his shadow stretched long, not one silhouette, but two walking side by side. The twin-souled hunter carried no banner. His war would be waged in silence, light and darkness his only allies. A single tear traced down his cheek, not of sorrow, but of an unbroken vow.
Every sunrise from now on, I'll share with you.
In reply, the shadow grew darker at the edges, as if a familiar hand held his. The path ahead was uncertain, full of enemies and fire, but he would not falter, for in his mismatched eyes burned the promise of two lives, fused into one. The twin-souled would rise until the order fell, until Sora awakened, until Sora awakened, until the prophecy was fulfilled. And so his journey continued, with a brother's shadow, a mother's love, and a quiet, relentless hope.